Sorry, I don't have my clicker, you guys. So, it's been a hot minute, like a really hot minute. Sorry, peeps. Life's been crazy.
Has it been? Husband had rotator cuff surgery. I picked up an extra job. Let's see what else. Kids have been wonderfully funny and hysterical and also very challenging.
Oh, we forgot to introduce Alicia, Katina.
Oh yeah, sister shenanigans.
Sorry.
We've been missing for a hot minute, so please don't mind us. We both have a lot going on between the kids, life, work, school, all the shebangy bangs. I mean, hopefully you've missed us a little bit. Like we all know life gets crazy around the holidays. Unfortunately for my family, we were completely sick on the holidays. We got this virus going around, so we had to skip Christmas because I told the kids we ain't killing grandma this year. Okay? So,
she's thinking you inside.
She probably, hopefully she is, because it was pretty bad. And it was a respiratory virus. Grandma's old. She can't afford that. Like, respiratory viruses for us are nothing. You know, it's a couple days down in bed.
Even mom couldn't do
Grandma
it
ends up in the hospital. You got to think about your old people, your old folk. Okay? We love them. They helped raise us. Okay? We want to keep them around for as long as we can. Katina, she was doing pretty good.
Yeah, we did okay. I mean, I feel like those 2 weeks for Christmas, and it's just crazy. It's busy. Like, we had our CLTS caseworker come, and she sent us an email, you know, and she's really good right away. She's amazing. Like, bless her soul. She's great. McKenna, we love you. Anyways, and for like 3 weeks, I was like, hey, Josh, can you send me the email? We got to email her back. That poor girl's probably waiting for us. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. The holidays are so rough.
It was. I did get our 3-year-old potty trained, though, which was good.
Oh, good for you.
Throughout the break. So, and of course, you know, school started again yesterday for her. And I was so tired that I didn't get up till like 10. And Phoebe was still sleeping with me, so we just skipped school yesterday. And even today, I was like, we're going to get up. I'm going to take you to school. Yeah, I was 45 minutes late getting her to school. So for all you moms that are like me out there, like, don't worry. It's okay. Like, I got her, okay? I'm going to be set on a schedule now. But it was rough going back to school for her.
Literally, the girls start at 7:55. Yeah, I get there like 7:50. And then they're like, Kate's in the background. Mom, we need to leave earlier. Why do you make me be at the bus? She like, 7:30. If that girl could be there at 7:30 every day on the dot, she would, hell no, I ain't got time. I like my sleep, and there's 4 of them and 1 of me. I'm outnumbered. Right? Sorry.
And I homeschool the rest of my kids, but I do believe in 3K programs and 4K programs. And I'm an absolute believer in the Head Start program. All my kids have done it. I think it is a wonderful program for parents, especially parents who are low income or you're fostering, anything like that. It is a great start. They have so many accesses to resources, so many things to help you and help your child, because you don't know what you don't know when you're starting off. And I didn't know when I was starting off.
Oh my God. I remember being so bored. Like, they're like, oh, having a baby's so much fun. And then we're like, all she fucking does is sleep. Like, this is boring. I was like, they lied to me.
Well, then they start talking and sassing you. Now you want to like go, I wish I could put you, I missed that stage where I could put you in one spot and you'd stay there and you didn't talk back.
I mean, it was. And then, like, I grew up and started talking. And then you're like, oh, please be quiet. Please. I'm begging you.
I love my kids, though. They're so much fun.
I mean, I love mine, too. They're fun. Oh, this is funny.
All our kids are funny. Oh, yeah, her oldest made this video about her mom shopping. And it is so true. Because Katina's like, it's not on sale. We're not getting that. And she's going back and forth from being her mom to being the kid. It was great. We'll have to post it up there so you guys can see it.
Oh, she's so funny.
They are hilarious. They're real comedians. I love it.
So
definitely enjoying it.
Like I said, so my
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. I was talking to Michelle yesterday. We were talking about like society and women, how we're like supposed to be skinny and snap back and look pretty all the time, blah 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 blah, and how unrealistic and exhausting it is.
Well, those are the same things from back in, the early 1900s. Intellectual women were not, even though they were respected for their intelligence, they always had to find something wrong with them to demean them in whatever capacity they could. Like, oh, she's really intelligent but not that pretty. Oh, she's really intelligent but doesn't want to, follow those conventional rules of having a family, doing this, getting married, those kinds of things.
Oh my God, the whore nowadays.
And for moms now, though, we have to remember, being a mom is equivalent to 2.5 jobs. Okay, that's just motherhood in general and raising your children on top of what you already have to do. And we have to pick and choose a lot. And just being who we are is fine. We have to be okay with that. Like us, like wanting these double standards or this, whoever your partner is, as long as they're okay with who you are, it should not matter what the rest of society thinks. You will never be like the women over here on the far right or the women over here on the far left. You know, I'm kind of in the middle. I work, sure, but I work a part-time job serving in bartending. I hold a couple degrees, and this is what's best for my family. I can bring in some extra income, plus it's my socialization. It really is.
She likes to talk a lot if you can't tell.
And then
Kinda weird.
it is totally my thing. You know, but then like that allows me to get out, get my stuff in, and then still come home and be a part of my family. Because one of the things like I never wanted to do was I never wanted to give up my motherhood for a job or a career.
Your career for your motherhood.
And like we have to take hits. There are things like we can't do because I choose that first. You know, and that's something that everybody has to make sacrifices for the life that they want.
I agree. It's like
And-
I stay home with the second to last child because of his behaviors, and he's in ABA therapy. We homeschool. He does feeding therapy. He does speech. We're on phase 2 of brain balance, which means we don't have to go to in clinic, but he has to do them at home, and then he goes in once a month, and we have an assessment. But yeah, like, and it's a sacrifice though too, because like there's things we just cannot do, and especially having 2 special needs kids. Like, I'm sorry, my oldest gets the fucking runt of it. Like, she knows, like, oh crap, we are not gonna be able to do anything because they did X, Y, and Z today, and like that's a no-go. And it sucks, but it's life.
Yeah, and you know, your kids and they all suffer, but you also have to remember, like, we're a family. We're all in this together. You know, and when you have to deal with the consequences of the family. You're right. You didn't choose me to be your parent, but I am doing the best job I can for everybody. You don't get your individual things because we have large families. And we understand people out there, you know, you only have 1 or 2 kids and 3 kids max, maybe. You know, she's got 4, I've got 6.
Like, I have to give a shout out to my ex-husband because, like, even though we're divorced and everything, like, he works, I'm allowed to stay home, he's very supportive. I mean, even when we divorced, he was very supportive, and I guess I'm just feeling very grateful because I hear a lot of horror stories, and ours was like, we didn't get lawyers, he agreed to everything I wanted, like, we got divorced for $400, and then all these other people are like, oh my gosh, and I was like, oh, I'm very lucky, I can see that now.
Yeah. And they live together still.
Yeah, we live together, we're co-parenting, my niece loves him.
Yep, and their situation is very different. I know everyone out there is going to have, you know, their 2 cents to say about my sister's situation, but here's the thing.
Really give
they
a fuck,
care
quite
more
frankly.
about their children than they do about being petty to each other.
That's
you know,
true.
their
We
children
were never
always
petty.
come first. And that's the decision that they've made. Even with the divorce, she spent the year out on her own, and, you know, everything that their son needed, they were willing to come together again for their children. And I have to say, not everybody can make those kinds of sacrifices, and not everybody thinks that way, but they always knew when they had them, it was their kids first.
Yeah.
So their situation is different. Mine with my ex-husband, very different. Mom's in prison. Like,
Well, and I guess that's the thing,
you know,
that's
but like
really-
they have a great stepdad. You know, my kids have an awesome stepdad, and maybe their children might not. You know, he has other children who, you know, he is a very good stepdad to my children, and probably even a better stepdad than he was a father to his own. And
I would
unfortunately,
agree
the
with
things change with time. You know, he was
true.
younger then. He was always working, doing things where, you know, it was very different. And his divorces were petty. They were very bad for him. And it was traumatic for him compared to like his relationship with me, where we are very much a family together, and he does a lot of things, and he's very supportive of our children. And everybody's situation too is different. You know, not all of us have, you know, we picked the love of our lives and it was going to be the things for the rest
Dude,
of our
I-
happily
like,
ever after.
I am such
It's
a
not.
hopeless romantic, but that is so unrealistic in reality.
It's not unrealistic for some people. It just wasn't our reality.
It wasn't our reality. Like,
And for those of you that have that, oh my gosh, so good for
I'm
you.
so happy for you, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. Like, write a book, I'll read it.
Right? You know, but we all have different loves and things and ways life goes. But we are happy and content with the way our life is. You know, and that's a big thing, because not everybody is content with their lives the way that they are.
That's true.
You know, and we very much, we have blended families. You know, we very much have different things and different needs and all of those things. You know, my stepdaughter, whom I do care about very much, You know, they say for blended families, it takes about 7 years to really solidify that relationship. I'm only in year 4 and she is putting us through the ringer. But I'm the calm one that's like, babe, you just gotta let her do her thing. He's angry, he's upset, he's hurt more than anything, you know. And for a lot of men out there, it's very hard to, you know, admit hurt is hard for them to deal with because it's easier to be angry. You know, when it's you feel betrayed, he feels this, you know, and that's very tough for him. And it's tough for me to have to watch. You know, and tough for me to have to tell him, you cannot blame her. She is still the child. Yes, is she making choices? You know, but like the Bible says and a lot of other things, she's that rebellious child right now. You know, and I have to let her have her things and feel her ways. And I have to make sure that I provide a safe environment for her to come home to when she's ready. You know, there's going to be a point where she is going to come back. She is going to cry. She is going to ask her for forgiveness. And you want to know what? That girl's got it. She doesn't even have to ask for it, and she already has it. You know, even though she probably thinks she doesn't right now, and she thinks we're all angry and mad and upset with her.
She's a teen too. Let's be real, teens. I was a very rebellious, angry teenager. Like, I get it.
Yeah,
like, my oldest, I'm like, oh, fuck my life. Like, I hope you're not a fourth of what I was.
But our mom really showed us what unconditional love for your children is.
That's
and
true.
Our mother has that 110%.
Yes.
She loves her children even to her detriment.
Yeah, absolutely to her detriment.
You know, but we have never had to ask for the forgiveness. She has always given it to us.
That's true.
You know, and showed us that, you know, no matter what we've done, this, that, the other, you know, your children are the one things in the world that should have your forgiveness. Now, are there things that like you need to draw lines and have boundaries?
Yeah, boundaries.
Absolutely. Yes. But I'm always going to try to forgive you first. And like, if I have to have boundaries, I will draw them when needed. But other than that, you have my absolute undying love. You know, because love is not conditional. Disrespect is. 2 different things. And we need to remember that.
Very 2 different things.
Yeah. And especially when we get into the holidays and the feelings and all the things, you know. And we've ended our 9-year cycle and we've started a new 9-year period. And what do we want for our next 9 years to see and do?
I've really been thinking about, like, what do I really want now? Like, what is my, 5-year plan?
Well, who do you want to be? What do you want to become? What do you want to see done? You know, there's a point, too, like, our children are getting older. Yeah. You know, I've got teenagers. They're going to be moving out. And, like, what do I want to see for these next couple chapters in our lives? You know, what do I want to see for my children? You know, like, you're going to leave me. And yes, am I always going to be your mom and you're going to be calling me and I'm going to be giving you advice? Yes. But I'm not in my child rearing throes with you. Now I'm in my guiding throes. You know, my children are going to have to go out there and make mistakes for themselves. And I have to be here and tell them, like, you have made mistakes. Now you got to have to deal with the consequences of those mistakes. And I will help you the best I can. But there are no takebacks in your choices now. And that you are reaching that in between adulthood to childhood, like, what am I? Who am I? Yeah. You know, and you are going, and I have to just be there for you. And unfortunately, you will ruin friendships. You will ruin relationships.
There's going to be heartbreak. There's going to be
all those things. And betrayal, I can't stop
everything.
I can't stop you from those things. But how we react to them matters.
Yeah, it does. Well, like, and I was going to say, too, I mean, they have to grow up. Like, you want to prevent it and protect it, but, like, I feel like we've always been the opposite.
Mommy can't fix everything.
We're like, just like, girl, you gotta learn. Like, I can't help you. I can't, like, you're gonna be on your own. I will be there someday.
Through them with you. Like, I'm not leaving you. I'm your mama. But consequences, you know, whether positive or negative, you know, based on the choices you made, you know, just don't repeat those mistakes. That's all you can hope for with them, you know. But this is that point where it's really hard as a parent to take a step back and know that I can't fix this for you, you know, but I will be a shoulder to cry on. I will help guide you the best way that I can, you know, and you're going to have friends that use you, abuse you. You're going to give them money and not be paid back. And you're going to be like, Mom, what do? I have my rent. And she said she would. This is what it is, you know.
And
all you can do is learn from that.
Like,
yeah.
Everyone's been through it.
We have friends that have used us and we thought were actually our friends, and then turns out they just used you because you were a good person. And now you have to deal with that. You know, and it's sad. It's heartbreaking. It's angry. It's upsetting. You know, but you do what you can, you know, especially the kids are going to be partying. We live in Wisconsin. It's like a rite of passage here. You know how, and I have to try to, you know, make sure that I've given you enough information to make your mistakes, and hopefully they're not too detrimental, but also for you to learn from your mistakes. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm kind of in the throes of that now with some of them, and
I got a couple years. And
I work in the service industry, and I have young coworkers, you know, and some of them, you know, they're in the throes of making their mistakes, you know. Ones as two that are especially just turning 21. Woo, with some of these girls, like, I'm not your mama, but I gotta mama you a little bit right here, baby girl. Like, oh, you went out. You lost $300. Oh, you drank $300 away.
And you didn't realize you drank
The bouncer had to pull up your pants. All right, baby girl, I hope, like, I love you. You know, I'm your coworker. I want to do this, but, like, that's not okay, honey. Like, if we're getting that bad, we have to really take a hard look at ourselves. And I'm glad that you have decided that you're going to take a hard look. But, oh, it's only lasted 2 weeks and now you're back at the bars again. Like,
ugh, yeah, I mean, I just...
you know, she's having a hard time and, you know, like, she couldn't make her rent, you know? And I said, she's like, what do I do? I was like, well, first of all, you fucked up. You openly admit that. Now you got to reach out to your landlord. You've got to get your things in, let them know what's going on in the situation. Yeah.
Own it,
you know,
fuck.
and you can't put yourself in those positions again. You know, you've got to be very careful. It's very easy to get stuck in that drinking culture that we have here, but you're a service industry girl, and when you're drinking, you're very free with your money. You got to go out with a set budget. This is what our mother does. She goes out with this amount of cash, and once it's gone, it's gone.
Well, and then, like, she always
That's
extra
it.
prize when she had extra money.
Yeah,
like
like,
when we were
oh, God.
teenagers, and you're like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, seriously?
No, because our mom budgets her drinking money, and that's the cash she goes out with. She doesn't take cards. She doesn't take her anything.
That's true.
Like, that's it. You know, you gotta
I
put
have to
yourself out on a
say-
system, and you have to make sure that if you know that that's the way that you are, you gotta handle that. You gotta set
And
yourself
that's what
with
she
this
does. Like,
amount.
that's why
Yep.
she sets it, because otherwise she will spend all of her
Yeah,
money.
and I told my girls, like, you gotta put yourself on a cash only budget. You know, this is the amount of money you go out with. You keep your cards at home. You don't worry, and then that way you're not losing this, that, the other. And it's a hard thing for some of us to have to learn. You know, especially our culture here. And you just hope that you're like, ooh, and you're thinking about your own kids, like, okay, this is how I would want to approach
is definitely
this.
gonna be the wild child. Like, I can already, that one and the youngest.
But we do what we can, and we love you through it because of like we said, love is not conditional.
had to tell
I don't
her
like it, but I know that I am going to have to help you through it.
That so many times, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're mad at me. Like, you don't love me. Love is not
Mad?
conditional.
I am mad.
Like,
Yes,
gonna
I'm allowed to
I
be
get
mad. I am allowed to be angry at your actions. But I also can set that aside to help you, you know, or to be there for you. But I'm also not going to coddle you like you fucked up. Like, so what do we need to do to make sure we don't fuck up again?
She hates it when I get like that, and I'm just like, what do you want? Like, I am not the motherly nurture, like, oh my God, here, let me save you. I was like,
I
I've
can't
never
save you
been
from
like
yourself,
that. I've
okay?
never been like that. Like, you have a lot of hard lessons in life, and I'm scared for you because I have to watch it. She's a people pleaser, so like.
Well, my mom had to watch me, and I'll tell you, I put my mama through the ringer.
Dude, between you and the oldest.
I turned out well, though. You know, and I definitely, my mom
we
is
were
like,
lost for a
she's
couple of
definitely
years,
tried, she
but-
helped me as much as she could. But that was good, though. She did those things. She's like, I can save you from everything but yourself. And I had to learn my own accountability. I had, you know, was I angry? Was I this? Sure. But I needed to be like, no, it's my fault. And what do I need to do to make sure that I don't put myself in those positions again? And those are very hard things to watch and do as parents.
I agree with you. Very hard. Like, I am just like, ooh, 16. I can't wait. Like, we're going to get a lot of phone calls. Especially if our kids are together. Fuck, we're always getting phone calls.
We might not be, though, because my kids know, like, what do you need to do to fix it? I very much teach them those
She's
skills.
like, don't call my mom!
You can call me, like, but I'm not bailing you out of jail. I had to sit in jail too, motherfuckers.
Oh, my oldest. She's like, don't. She's going to.
Say your 3 days. It's not that bad. Oh, yeah, your kid will freak out. My kid will be like, no, we got to call our mom and she's going to help us. This is what you do.
I'm like, don't tell my mom.
Oh, I'm definitely calling your mom right now.
Here, I got
Oh
that
my
with
God,
that
Christina, you know what our
dial.
kids just called me and did? Like, but don't tell her I told you.
Yeah.
See if she tells you. And then when there's always a right moment to bring this up, to them. But I am definitely the auntie to call, and I will step you through what I can do for you or what you're going to need to do, but you still have consequences. I'm sorry.
Like, no, you got to call your mom. Like, sorry.
There are some things where, like, your mama needs to know, because if I don't tell her, like, your mama going to get mad at me. Like, so,
no one wants that.
Well, that's not true. There are some things like, I won't tell her right away. I'll give you a couple months to figure it out. Like, just our family. We're just in a total different throes of life now. Like, where it's like, oh yeah, how are we going to do this now? But it's fun. I'm really looking forward to our children, because I think we've done a good job raising them. But I also know they're going to have mistakes, and really detrimental ones to them.
That's
and we've
up.
all
like,
had to learn the hard way.
I mean, that's not even anything. I mean, it's just life.
And life throws you some curveballs, baby duck. It does. And we're going to make it through it together. There's going to be some tears. A lot of tears.
Well, there's going to be a lot of tears, let's be real. And that's something.
I cried so much.
I told her, I was like, I feel bad. Your first boyfriend, like that poor soul. Because it's,
and we all know first loves.
Do you love me?
No, and that's not fair to ask them. You can't, like, your validation has to come from within.
I know, and like, I agree. Like, she does that.
And like, why did he break up with me? I don't know. Because you needed too much. You didn't like you. Yeah. He liked you, but he can't like you enough for the both of you. He can't love you enough for the both of you. There has to be a point, like, I mean, I'm crazy, don't get me wrong, and I need validation, and I'm really needy, and I need cuddles, and I need you to rub my head, those things. And I just need reassurances every once in a while, but every day,
yeah, that's a little much.
Or you find, like, the nice guy who ends up turning into, like, the crazy narcissist who, like, gives you the highs and the lows and, like, all the crazy stuff that goes with it.
Oh my gosh, those are the worst.
But I also don't want you to be that girl that's being that crazy, because I also got sons. And I'm sorry, if you're going to be that girl too, like, I would tell my own son to leave you. And, like, I'm going to tell him to leave you. Like, what do? Leave her.
You can't help her, honey.
Right now, she needs to see that she needs to be alone. Okay? She needs to figure out her own validation, because looking for you for it, and my kid's going to get mad at me. She sure will. Like, definitely. But, we're going to work through it. We're going to be like, good luck this year. There are going to be ties that need to be cut. Things so you can have the best life and live your best life and be the best version of you. I hope so. I hope all of you are going to be living your best lives this year. Okay?
And cutting ties is hard, but sometimes it just has to be done, especially for your peace. Like, your own peace. I cannot stress this enough. Your own peace is important. Don't let people take it. Don't give it for free.
And you're starting a whole 9-year cycle. What do you want to start with? It's sad. It hurts. Yes, we get addicted to them. Their smells. They're this. What do they say? It takes like 6 to 9 months to finally be okay.
Shit, though, it's not. No, nothing's
Are
like
there
that.
crazies? Like, let me tell you, I just had this girl at the bar.
No,
she loses her shit, and she had a good man, babysits her, does the things, and like, but she would just lose it when she drinks, and like, he doesn't need that. You got to look at your man and look at yourself, and he told her he was done. And I was like, I get, if that's what you deal with, I get it. Because I can love you, but I can't love you enough to have, through that. And if you think love is unconditional, but you're being disrespectful now, and like to him, and seeing that, and like being drunk is not an excuse. Okay, it is not. That is, it's not an excuse and a one all be all to, treat your man like shit.
Or excuse your actions. Like,
and it doesn't excuse your actions when they're at that extent. You're fighting him, you're whipping shit at him, you're yelling at him, when all he's trying to do is help you.
That's so ridiculous. I can't even deal with that. Like,
and I'm sober her. Great fucking girl. Girl's great. She's a good bartender, she's this, but I wouldn't want to deal with that either. Like, I can't. And like, when you're dealing with it for so many times and you're not willing to change for the betterment of yourself and your relationship.
Say you're gonna change and then you don't change, and it's keep being broken promises.
And this guy loved her, and I know that's hard for him to have to say, or have to do, but he just couldn't. You know, especially when you're getting crazy, like where you're chucking, you know, glasses and breaking shit and like running from him and like, no. Like I said, my love is unconditional. The disrespect is not. So, Happy New Year!
And that's sad note. We'll catch you later.
I'm just going to say to you girls out there, I'm sure you are great people and you like to party and have a good time because I'm a bartender. I get that. Me too. You know, but I try to put myself in a position where my man doesn't have to deal with that level. I get 3 times a year of crazy, you know, not every weekend of crazy, okay? You know, and I do feel bad.
You are pretty,
you know,
like,
the next day
really
for
good
what he
about
has
it.
to deal with because I do get a little. No, I get a lot. I am a whole lot.
Oh yeah, she's a whole different person.
Like when my sister got to call my man, and I'm like, don't call my man. He's gonna be so mad. Oh my god, it's bad. It's bad. But
It's
I was
so
crazy.
bad.
I was so.
Oh my
mad.
god, it was terrible. I told her never fucking.
As a girl
again.
that
I'm
gets
out
crazy,
stage.
okay,
I'm
and
out
I do.
stage.
I get drunk
can't do
crazy.
it. And even Amy's like, I don't know how the fuck you dealt with her. Yeah, you're telling me. I don't know how I did. She's like, I don't know how you didn't fucking punch her in the face. I have a lot of self-control. Remember that, people. People don't think I do.
But
do.
I am entitled to 3 times
No,
a
not
year.
even.
When you
Not
got
even.
365 days in a year,
No.
you know, compared to
No.
like, and I get it. So for those girls, like, I'm talking from a place of knowing, okay, where I have to say that, where I have to like tell myself, you know, I get it, you know, but we have to keep ourselves in check knowing that about ourselves. We can still have fun without overdoing it too. So, on that note, everybody.
Okay, on that
Have a
note,
great night. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Hope
Year.
you missed us, you know. We're going to try to post more regularly as much as we can with our crazy lives going on.
We are. Eventually, I'll go back to like how it normally was, where it'll be every week. But for now, it's probably going to be sporadic for the next couple, probably 2 months, month or two.
Yeah,
So,
and then we'll
other
get
than
back
that,
on a
we'll
good
go back
schedule.
to the normal schedule. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace. It's a
I
shenanigans.
know I was going to do that, and I was like, is that weird?
No, it's not. It's us.